We're seeing some sneak peeks of fall. We have some of the leaves that are already starting to change colors, and some are already falling to the ground, and we have a lot more mushrooms that are growing along our driveway and just in the woods around our house. So you know what that means. That means I have put my fall stuff up and just got our home warm and cozy for the fall season, and I just wanted to share some inspiration with you all today. And I also have snuck in here a warm and cozy crock pot recipe that I think you all will enjoy. And I also have a really gorgeous fall DIY for you guys in today's video. Thank you for stopping by Lavender and Lace. I am Alicia, and if you haven't subscribed already, I hope you consider doing that. If you like farmhouse DIYs, rustic decor, simple crafts, and things like that, I think you will really enjoy this channel. And without further ado, let's get started with the fall decor inspiration. Let's take a break from decorating for just a minute and work on this DIY. I started with this metal tray that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, and if you see these at your store, I would highly recommend grabbing a couple of these. I'm going to go back and get maybe a couple of more for myself, and I just spray painted that using the Rustoleum 2x Ultra Cover Paint Plus Primer in the color Almond, and I love this spray paint. It worked really well for this project. I only had to do one coat of that spray paint, and I did let my tray cure for 24 hours. And then I just went in with my sanding block that I picked up from the Dollar Tree and just scratched off some of that paint to rough up this tray a little bit and distress it. And I just went around the rim and the outside edge as well as the inside. And I did just a little bit as well on that bottom part of the tray as well, the inside cover there. And for my artwork, I went into Canva and just went to their print products and chose flyer, and I had uploaded these images already. I will link these designs for you guys in the description box. These came from Creative Fabrica. That's just one of my favorite websites to get images, graphics, SVG files, fonts, all of those good things that we crafters love so well. And I just added in a lot of elements. I had already designed one that was a complete arrangement that they have as well in these files, and I just wanted to add some extra elements because I knew I would probably need to kind of cut and piece this design together to completely fill in the bottom of my tray. So I just picked out ones that I really liked that I thought would go well with my main arrangement that I would be adding. And I just sized them and tried to completely fill in my sheet of paper so I wouldn't have any empty space. And with Canva, it is really easy to just download this to your computer and just print this, and just be sure that you have your orientation correct before you print your file. And I use the tissue paper method. I love this method, and I have another video that I will link for you guys that goes into more detail about how to do this process. But this is just one of my favorite things to do to add artwork to a project. And I just let my design probably dry for 30 to 45 minutes. I just love how designs look when you print them out on the tissue paper. They're just kind of soft and muted. And I just cut around this design, and if you do these types of projects, I would highly recommend that you trim off as much of that white area as you can. It just makes your finished piece look a little bit better and more cohesive, and it just blends into the background better. So I just kind of played around with my designs and tried to figure out where I wanted those to go and which ones I wanted to cut out. And I just cut out a bunch of the extra elements that I had printed. Just did a dry fit to see where everything would look the best. And I have really been liking the way that glue sticks work for my projects recently. I've been using this technique for napkins in a lot of my fall DIYs, and I just really like this Elmer's glue stick for this type of project. So I just put down a liberal amount on the bottom of my tray and carefully tried to put down my tissue paper design, and used my brayer just a little bit on that bigger section. That worked really well for that, but these smaller areas I just gently tapped and rubbed with my finger to get those down, and pulled up carefully to reattach any areas that might have a wrinkle or a bubble. And just continued that process for all of the pieces for my design. And once that glue had completely dried, I just went in with one of my small chip brushes and some of my antique wax and did just a little bit of additional distressing to the bottom and the inside rim of my tray, as well as some of those white areas that I didn't cut out on the design. This just kind of helps blend that all together and make it look like one cohesive piece. And to finish off this project, I just went in with a light coat of Mod Podge and very gently spread that out over this tissue paper design. And that just helps seal that in, and it also will help blend in those cut edges a little bit better. And this tray is absolutely gorgeous. It's just beautiful. I love all of these watercolor prints that I decided to go with, and this would be great in the background of any of your fall vignettes this year, or you can use it as its intended purpose as a tray and just add some of your other fall decor pieces to that. And I really hope you guys enjoy this project, and let's get back into the fall decorating. One of the best things about fall, in my opinion anyway, is all of the warm and hearty crockpot meals that you can make. And this one is one of my favorites, and I just wanted to share that with you all. And I hope that you maybe want to make this recipe. And if you do, I would love to know your thoughts on that. And I will type up the full recipe in the description box. This one is just one of my creations that I've kind of tweaked over the years. And I just started by adding some of the chopped stew beef, I think is what it's called, into my crock pot, and that was about 3 pounds of meat, and this will serve a family of 4, and you will have plenty of leftovers for the next day. And then I started prepping some of the veggies that I like to go in my stew, and my favorites are carrots and celery. I used to put onions in this as well, but I just didn't like the flavor that added to my stew, so these are my go-to veggies that I use every time. Just get those washed and the carrots peeled and ready to chop. And I like to cut my carrots on an angle. I just think that makes it looks nicer and looks maybe a little bit more professional. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think. And I just cut my celery in half and just dice that up into small chunks. And once all of my veggies are cut, I add those to my crock pot, and I have also grabbed all of my other ingredients to go in this stew. And I'm using chicken stock for this one. This was just a little bit more than 4 cups. You just want to use enough liquid to cover all of your meat and your veggies. You could use either vegetable stock or beef stock as well. And I also just add some garlic powder and Italian seasoning to taste. And I like to add soy sauce, and I use the liquid aminos for my family because it is gluten-free. You can choose one of the other soy sauces that you like the best. This just helps to tenderize the meat. And you can also add a soft drink of your choice. I typically either add Pepsi or a Dr. Pepper. That will also just help tenderize your meat. And one of the ingredients that I just started adding a couple of years ago is tomato paste, and that just really adds a lot of flavor to your stew. And you will just combine all of your ingredients, and you'll also add just some salt and pepper to taste. And I let mine cook on low for anywhere from 6 to 7 hours, and sometimes I will bump up that temperature to high and just let it cook for a little while on high temperature, maybe for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And you want to stir that occasionally while it is cooking. And this is what it looks like after it's been cooking for almost the full amount of time. Makes your house just smell amazing. And I like to serve this stew with either mashed potatoes, or sometimes I'll do roasted red potatoes and a salad on the side. And this is a wonderful fall meal that you have. And I really think the leftovers are even better than the first day that you eat them. So if you try this one, let me know. I would love to know how yours turns out and if you enjoyed that recipe. And thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you got a little bit of fall decor inspiration and some ideas that you want to incorporate in your home decor this year. And if you have not subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos that I have coming out soon. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And if you enjoyed the ideas and the recipe in today's video, I hope you share so others will be able to watch it as well. And I will see you guys in the next one.